So my name is Ned, and this is an episode of Put Me in Coaching. Sorry I haven't been making videos for a while, but I'm back at least for a short while, and I wanted to make one before I shaved off this caveman beard. Show you guys what the caveman beard is like. So this episode I'm going to be talking a little bit about my life's philosophy, or one of them at least, and I didn't really have a short phrase or term to sum it up nicely until I was talking with a friend of mine a few days ago or a week ago. I don't remember exactly how long, and he said it's control what you can control, and I interpret that to mean a couple of different things, and of course, it can mean plenty of things. But the first thing I interpret it to mean, and I think it really sort of sums up my part of my life's philosophy, is don't worry about things that you cannot control. So you can't control the weather, you can't really control wars unless you're sort of some foreign power, and or you vote, but that's minimal control. You can't control roaming black holes that'll suck up the solar system and kill us all. You can't control these things, so don't worry about them. Put them out of your mind. You're wasting mental energy if you're trying to control them. And the sort of more real, concrete example that I've applied in my life is I'm a college student. When I take an exam and I haven't studied for it, I'm not freaking out before the test. I realize I didn't take opportunity to control what I could control, so now I can't control it, and I'm just going to take the test, do the best I can. By the same token, when I turn in that test, I don't worry about it till I get it back. Now, once I realize I get a bad grade on the test, then I'm like, okay, well, now I can control these things. I can ask for extra credit from the professor. I can do a good job on the final project. I can do a good job on the next test. I can do things to fix my grade. But I don't worry about it from the time I turn in the test until I get it back, because I can't control it. I'm wasting mental energy. I could be being productive with that time. I could be thinking about things that make me happy, not things that make me stressed out. It's good for mental health. It's good for physical health. So this is sort of applied to esports in a way, because oftentimes I do think players control what they can't, or try to control what they cannot. They worry about things like, how good is SKT going to be at Worlds this year? Well, you have no control over that unless you're going to go hit Faker in the hand with a baseball bat and break all of his fingers. You're not going to be able to control how good SKT is at Worlds this year. So they're gonna be good, and if you're gonna play against them, you're gonna have to play against them at however good they are. And you can't control, once you get on the stage and you're ready to play. You can't control how much you practice. It's already happened. So you can't. It's the same example with the studying. You can't worry about that. If you don't feel prepared, you have to put that out of your mind. You have to tell yourself you feel prepared, or you have to tell yourself you're gonna win anyway. It's all part of your mentality. And so I think that first part of it is kind of easy. Not worrying about things you can't control, it's logical. Your brain wants to do it. The second part is a little bit harder in some regards, and it's easier in some regards. So for a lot of us, it's easy to control things that we can control. And this is actually this is the part where it's easy for most people and hard for me. So you do all the studying before the test. You do you work with your team really hard, and you practice, and you play a lot of solo queue, and you prepare for the game. You learn your role, you learn the matchup, you learn everything. You come in prepared. You can control all that with, of course, with the finite amount of time you have. You can do as much as you possibly can in that amount of time. You have 100% control of that. And for me, that's only hard because I'm lazy, self-admittedly. But when you're dedicated and willing, it's easy. You can control the amount you practice, you can control how prepared you are, can control how willing you are to work with your team. Now, where the real life example for me, and where I think this gets a little bit harder, is where you're entirely in control of your mental faculties, and that includes your emotions. So you can control how much you get tilted on stage. You can control that. You can control how angry you're getting at your teammates. You can control how stressed you are at the current moment. All of these things are things you can control because you are 100% in control of your mind. Unless you have some sort of mental illness, in which case you're an outlier, and this video isn't targeted to you. Please go seek help. So I'll give an actual example of one time I was able to control my emotions and my mental faculties, and how it saved me from negative feelings and from ruining my day. So it was recently I was moving to a new apartment with my parents, and my friends called me and they needed a favor, and they needed it quickly, and so I hopped in my car and I started to drive there quickly, and then I got stuck behind a train. And then they texted me saying I was too late, I couldn't make it, and I started to get angry. I started to get angry at them for calling me over. I started to get angry at the train. And I was irrationally angry at everybody for no reason. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. They just asked me for a favor, and I complied, and then I got stuck behind a train. But I was getting mad, and then I told myself, after about a minute of being angry, I was like, Ned, this is ridiculous. You're throwing a temper tantrum in your car alone. What are you doing right now? And then I stopped. I was like, I don't want to waste my time doing that. I don't want to feel that way anymore. And I was able to stop myself. And this happens for professional athletes have amazing mental control because they ignore that feeling of feeling drop dead, like exhausted. They want to just fall to the floor of the mat or whatever, and they keep pushing. My coach always said the body gets tired, but the mind does not, and that's true. You're 100% in control of your mind, and you can make your body do things that otherwise wouldn't until you can't. In which case, you've worked to the point where your body actually does not have the energy to keep going, but you are responsible as an athlete from in your mind making sure that you reach that point. So, I think these sort of things. I think I've sort of done a good job of accurately summing up how my life's philosophy works. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again the next time.